does your phone light up with, Gavin, you need to get in this primary? He's not able to run. He's not up to the job.
Look, everybody has their quiet chatter, and everybody's out there rooting for America. I'm rooting for our president.
No, he's not. That's a lie. He's not rooting for Joe Biden at all. Now, he may be rooting for some things to happen to Joe Biden. He may be rooting for Joe Biden to trip and fall and hurt himself or something like that, but he's definitely not rooting for old Joe. Joining me now, my buddy, John Phillips of the John Phillips Show. John, you know Gavin Newsom better than anyone, a lot better than me. Is he sitting at home tonight rooting for Joe?
Yeah, he's rooting for shingles or rooting for COVID or rooting for whatever he can do to Dianne Feinstein him. You may be in a red state watching Gavin Newsom and you say to yourself, they have a horrible homeless problem, they have a horrible crime problem, they have a huge hole in their state budget. There's no way the nation would go for this guy. Well, listen to me very carefully today. Be afraid. Be very, very afraid. Because this man is the only Democrat who's running a nationwide shadow campaign for the presidency. And if Joe Biden has a health scare, if Joe Biden ends up losing a primary to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., if something happens that creates an opportunity for another candidate to throw their hat in the ring, it's going to be Gavin Newsom. And he's trying to promote this constitutional amendment now on guns, which is just an absolute boondoggle. He's not doing that because he expects to change the Constitution. What Gavin Newsom is doing is he's creating a nationwide database of potential donors and supporters. So when it's time to start, he has a list that no other candidate can produce overnight. This guy is absolutely running for president.
Okay, John, now, devil's advocate here. It's not that I disagree with anything you say, but devil's advocate, that's a lot of work to do. You're coming up with these lists, you're doing the interviews, you're proposing jerkwater amendments when Joe Biden is still the president. He's still standing upright, kind of. He still has announced his intention to run again. So you're just going to waste all this effort at the chance Joe Biden might not run? Why would you do that?
Well, I mean, you're playing the odds. If you wait until 2028, if you're Gavin Newsom, you're not going to be the governor of California. You're going to be the guy that used to be somebody. Your window will close. Look what happened to Chris Christie. Chris Christie had his window in 2012. He should have run for president then. He probably would have won the Republican primary and had a 50-50 shot at being president, but he waited a cycle too long. And because of that, the window closed and the guy got blown out. If Gavin Newsom is going to be president, this is his opportunity to do it. And the sit down that he did with Sean Hannity, I really think tells you everything you need to know. That wasn't about him. That wasn't about him trying to have a discussion with the other side. That was all about Joe Biden. Donald Trump went into enemy territory on CNN and did his town hall with Caitlin Collins. And it worked out beautifully for Donald Trump because he handled himself great, not so much for the boss at CNN. I bet that's a mulligan I bet he wishes he had back. But it worked out for Donald Trump. There's no way Joe Biden could sit down with you for an hour. There's no way Joe Biden could sit down with Fox for an hour. There's no way he could sit down with Newsmax or One America or Talk Radio or anyone else. And what Gavin Newsom did by going on Sean Hannity for an hour was he told Democrats, look at me. I can go and do what Joe Biden can't. I can go on Fox and I can hang with Sean Hannity for an hour. This is the difference between me and Joe Biden. And he made that point to Democrats without having to come out and overtly say it.
For too long, we've been led to believe that communism is a thing of the past. But the truth is, communism is alive. It's here, and it's infiltrating every aspect of American life. Introducing the Anti-Communist Manifesto by Jesse Kelly, the practical guide for patriots ready to defend our nation from its most dangerous enemy. Discover the shocking extent of communist infiltration in our education system, their alliance with American corporations, and the twisted truth behind environmentalism. This eye-opening book exposes the true face of communism and empowers you to fight back. Join the fight for freedom. Pre-order your copy of the Anti-Communist Manifesto today by going to jessekellybook.com.